kimitoband with a song called OTA rock. Now, I'll be honest with you, this is one of those groups who I am listening to today because of the fact that I first found out about them through the YouTube, from the Twitch live streams that I do, sorry. And when I do the Twitch live streams, people offer songs that they think I'm going to enjoy. And if I really like them, then I subscribe to the group and I say, I'll check back on them later. But there's obviously so many bands that I'm usually late finding them and checking out the bands. And, you know, sometimes I forget the names of individual bands, but having the subscribe list means I can come back and find those bands who I know impressed me when I first saw them on the Twitch live stream. And this is one, they've just had a new song come out. It came out, wow, only 18 hours ago. It's already got 2.4 thousand views, so good for you. They've got 16,000 subscribers, so this band is doing quite well, actually. Credit to them. The minute I saw this thumbnail, I was like, as someone who, you know, I'm regularly on the Tokyo Metro, so I see this and I'm like, yep, I sympathize so badly with this particular setting that they're in right here. Okay, I completely understand. So I just saw that and I thought, this is charming. It looks like it's going to be fun. It looks like it's set in Tokyo, so there'll be a lot to dive into and enjoy here. I'm not entirely sure what OTA rock means. My katakana is usually fine, but I'm not sure if I understand what they mean by OTA rock. Someone please tell me if you're just better at this than I am. So I'm not quite sure what they're getting at with the title. The band's name, though, kimitoband, basically means like your band. So that's a pretty cool name. Anyway, even though the video hasn't started yet, I can see from this slightly faded first frame that we got someone who appears to be asleep on a train. And considering that shortly after recording this, I got to go get on a subway train. On a metro train, sorry. A tube train, because I'm British. I got to go get on the metro soon after recording this. So I'm kind of looking at this thinking, so I'll look to about an hour in my future. Anyway, let's dive in with this. Again, I have no idea what to expect, because although I know I subscribed to this band, and therefore this is a band who I obviously enjoyed the first time I heard them, I can't remember exactly which band this is. So I'm excited. Let's go. Sympathy, my friend. Oh my god, this is fun. Oh, I'm loving that keyboard usage. And the fun, bouncy kind of idle rock vibe is on point. Oh yeah, I can see why I subscribe to this now. Okay, I think I get the title now. The offbeat keyboard's really cool. But the bass line as well. I need to know. He's getting, I was going to say he's getting pulled off. He's getting pulled out of the location for being too interested. There's so much fun happening musically. Oh, he's got the otaku vibe. Yeah, he's definitely like an idol fan. Sending those good vibes. That chorus is brilliant. So much fun. Oh my god. Anyone who's ever followed an idol's Instagram, you are seen. There is such a strong cultural point in this underneath the humor. Oh no! No, you can't make physical contact! This is, there is so much to talk about in this. I don't know where to begin. Okay, there is so much to cover in here. Oh, dude. All right, so where do we begin? I mean, for a start, look, I'll be honest. I don't off the top of my bat remember top of my head. Off the top of my head, mixed metaphors. So confused right now. I don't remember which was the song I heard by them before, but immediately, if this was the first song I was hearing by this band, as at the current moment it feels like, I would definitely want to hear more, because this is a ton of fun on multiple levels. We're talking about musically, but also there is so much culturally going on here. And so I'm going to start by talking about the music, but I also want to dive into a lot of the cultural aspects of this, because as you guys might know, if you haven't watched my channel before, I'm in Tokyo. I've been here for a good 10 years, and I was here quite a bit before that as well. And I work a lot around, sort of the music scene, and I spend a lot of time with sort of like idol shows and rock shows and live house scenes. So there's so much of this that really resonates in much more of an interesting way than just the joke that obviously is big, heartwarmingly placed at the center of the video. But first of all, let's just start with the music, because the music is an absolute charmer. Now, on its surface, yes, it's fair to say this is a fairly straight shooting pop rock song with like idol overtones, but what it does so well is how it mixes together all of the little fun instrumental parts. Now, the interesting thing is, actually, looking at this, you can see the instruments lying around in the background, but for the best part of the video, you don't see them playing the instruments, because it's more just about them. So you got like the occasional little scene, but they're more just having fun. And I kind of like that, because it's almost like they don't have to prove that they can play the instruments. They're just having fun with it. But what is really intriguing is that the instrumental arrangement is seriously cool. So I'm assuming what we have is guitar, bass, keyboard, and vocals. 2 guitars there, so I'm guessing we have a vocal guitarist as well. And, so what the sound is... Oh, actually, it might be bass. Yeah, bass, 2 guitars. Maybe no keyboard. Anyway, the keyboard's really interesting in there, because it's doing little offbeat, sort of backbeat style rhythms in there, playing off against the guitar. The bass is doing sort of a nice walking bass line at places. So the song always sounds kind of thick. It's got a nice thickness to it, but it's not sort of overly cluttered, but it's kind of got a nice ear-warming thickness to it, where there's a lot for you to sort of pay attention to. There's a lot that on re-listens will keep it sounding fresh and original. So I really like that. I always said it's kind of like the first thing I really want from any band I like is for them to be able to deliver songs where, the song has a sort of a degree of, there's enough that you can come back to it and listen to it multiple times over and enjoy it. So if you listen to a lot what's going on here, there's so much going on with the sort of walking bass line, the keyboards, the guitars. The bass is quite simple in this, but I'll be honest. Yeah, it's around there that the bass starts doing a few more bass runs. But as a general, you've got quite a lot going on there. And yeah, it just means you've got this nice thick sound. And of course, the vocals, as you heard in the intro there, were, you've got like layered vocals with a chorus of lots of people singing, all the members singing along at the same time. So the songs kind of have these the song kind of has this nice thick feeling to it, which just hits you straight off the bat and makes it much more fun. It makes you want to sort of bounce around and jump with it because it's got a good punch to it. It's got a good bounce to it. Everything about this feels and sounds good, and it leads to a chorus that the chorus itself is super, super fun. I mean, it's got little bits for you to go, hey, along to as well, which is just the most idle thing ever. You could just imagine the crowd jumping along to this. It's such an invitingly fun live song. I really love the whole atmosphere of this. Just everything about the song is super charming. Yeah, musically it's not doing anything we haven't heard before, but it's just such an effectively ingratiating form of pop rock. The funny thing is, I've said this before, obviously we've got bands like Silent Siren have come back as an independent band in the last couple of years, but there was a time when you think about it, Silent Siren were very much leading the way with these kind of bright poppy rock songs, but increasingly that feeling that we needed more bands who were kind of a little bit idle and a little bit rock as well, kind of had that real rock band feel, but also really could convey the joy of idle. That's something we've wanted more and more. There's been bands like Kakame Meloic, obviously Silent Siren before, very successful. And, you know, I listen to something like this and I really enjoy it because it feels honest. It feels like it's got all that idle joy and fun, but at the same time, it really does feel like honest band music. I feel like I could go to a live house, see this band, and it would sound exactly the same. And that fills me with excitement. You know, I love that fact. I love that factor about this kind of thing. Now, let's talk a little bit about the video, because the video, obviously, this conveys a couple of things. Now, I think it was really interesting to have a start off by looking at the guy. Obviously, he's coming home from his work on Friday. He's sleeping. He's tired. The train's gone to the last stop. I don't even know if that is his stop or if he's just kind of gone too far and he's passed out for so long he's ended up at the final stop. The guy obviously works hard. Now, this is interesting because if you get on the train in Japan, you'll see a lot of people very well dressed, very smart, very buttoned up, and I've often said that Japan, especially in cities like Tokyo, has this thing where people have got like these two dual stereotypes that they never really fully put together. One is, the idea of Japan, everyone's so buttoned up, conservative, everyone goes and works their overtime, blah, blah, blah. And then the other one is this crazy idea of, Japan is this wacky place with robot cafes and maids and game show TV where people get knocked over and stuff like that. And people don't seem to realize that those two things have to exist together. And both of them are a bit wildly unfair stereotypes if used on their own. Now, what this beautifully does is this actually reconciles that was the word I was looking for. This reconciles the reality of what those two things mean in a normal sort of, maybe a middle-aged guy is a good example, middle-aged guy's life. In the, when he's at work, he's doing his thing, he's buttoned up, he looks the part, he's sensible, he's doing what he has to do because that's his life, that's his job. And then I think the expression work hard, play hard is probably something that Japan does better than any other country because, poor guy, he's dead from work, but when he gets off at work, he's gonna have his fun. He's gonna jump around, he's gonna go crazy. And this is kind of the point, is that like these people, these sort of button-up people who you think of as being very stoic and very, under control, these are the same people who on their weekends are, running around doing this kind of stuff, following their favorite animes, and, SNS, scrolling through their favorite idols and stuff like that. It's a very fair depiction of the fact that, both those stereotypes are the same people. And, I'll be honest with you, everyone's different. And I guess this isn't so much a subject of this video, but I'm a great believer that having that ability to, really do your best at your work and be part of that, be part of that world and, earn your money properly, but then also enjoy your money properly. I think that's one of the things that makes Japan such a fantastic place to be. But yeah, I love this as well. You get to see the faces behind the. If you go on SNS, social media. Sorry, it's not called SNS in a lot of countries, but you go on social media, and if you follow any of these groups who even bands who have a slightly idle aspect, you'll see lots of images of them taking selfies because your feed will soon become quickly filled up with that. And I love the idea of them showing them sort of behind the camera, and then he's sort of scrolling through looking at all the information about their upcoming gigs, and here's their next gig, and he's I'm gonna buy the ticket for the next show, and that kind of thing. It's lovely because it's a really good depiction of It's a really good depiction of that duality, and I love it. I love everything about that. And then, of course, the one thing that a lot of people have commented that they recognize is this kind of scene. So this is a scene that I think a lot of people recognize from Japanese dramas, from anime, and you might have seen this before. So you've got this like hill here. You've got a long flat area, there's a bridge, and you can probably imagine just over here there's going to be a big wide river. Now, I don't know where this band's based, but if they're anywhere near Tokyo, this is almost certainly a river called the Arakawa, one that I'm not 100 miles away from, actually. I can pretty much walk there from here in about 40 minutes. And this whole like parkland thing goes for absolutely miles, like, you know, tens of kilometers, and it's basically just, these are the flood barriers. So on this side you have the city, where it's all mostly residential around here. You have like the flood barrier, then you have this large flat area which is kind of the plateau where the water can come up when it's really flooding. But this is usually parkland. You know, people play sports here and stuff, and you know, people jog along here regularly, all times of the night and everything. And this area, like I said, it goes on for miles. So this could be at any point along that river, any particular bridge this could be. But when you're at these particular areas, they're fantastic for filming music videos, because you can imagine it's a very open area, very easy to film in, good lighting, and it just makes for a charm. It's something quintessentially, looks very Japanese. There are places like this in other cities, but the one around the Arakawa is the most famous. And you have this on both sides, but primarily this would be the Tokyo side, I think. Anyway, there you go. There's a little bit of culture for anyone who's interested in that. You probably already knew that, and if you didn't, you probably didn't care. So just a few bits of extra information. So for me, this really this sells the charm so well, and I love how they present it. You know, so the idol otaku character, he's presented as this slightly crazy, like off the wall character, but he's not. You know, he's presented with a degree of charm. You know, at the end of it, the band come and save him. It's all very heartwarming. It's all very sweet. He's got his checkies. Get your checkies. Oh man, even a lot of the bands I've worked with before have like given me checkies and stuff, and they're like, let's take a checkie together. I just love that. I love that side of it. So you know, this whole thing really, it's so charming. I really love the way it represents the culture in kind of an upbeat way. Everything about this is a ton of fun. The song was really cool. I would definitely come back and listen to this again. What a charming band. What a really charming band. In fact, I hope if they're not located near to me, I'll see them next time I'm in their city, but I do hope they're located near to me, because I would 100% want to go and see this band. But yeah, that was a ton of fun. There you go. Let's have a look at some of their credits. Yeah, super cool. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. So yeah, really appreciate that. Good for you. Freaking good for you, kimitoband. That was awesome. Much respect. Looking forward to seeing more from you soon. Everyone, remember to go subscribe, press like on this. I'm going to upgrade that to all. And let's go check out more bands like this. Yeah, they're already up to 16,000 subscribers, and I think they deserve it. So anyway, there you go. Those are my thoughts. As always, get in the comments. Tell me what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao.